So today I'd like to go over Bob Dylan thanks to my playlist on my phone because I was listening to the band, okay, The Last Waltz. I don't like that album. I was listening to When You Awake, great song, okay. Yeah, am I? Anyways, at the end of this it talks about, and they stand on the rock where Moses stood. Now Moses, okay, first book of Moses is Genesis, where all the math is derived for this, okay. See, the first book of Moses is called Genesis. You know that? Make that. Stand on a rock. It's the rock. It's a rolling stone because it symbolizes the Sailor Energy device that has wheels rotating on the six faces and eight vertices of the stone to create cellular energy. I think it can create wired and wireless energy depending on the polarity of the magnets, depending if you're going to contain a black hole or a white hole. But yeah. So Bob Dylan here, he comes on after When You Awake. We have Highway 61 revisited. Now, we live in a hexadecimal reality of base 16. Highway 61. I kept saying to myself, Highway 61, Highway 61. Where is Highway 61? Well, let's find it. So, here's the matrix, okay? Now, Highway 61 is right here. Oh, I won't use that. I'll use blue. This is Highway 61, okay? 50 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 61. And that's the only 61 I can really easily see here. I didn't try too hard. But, you know, it goes in line with the G, okay? So we're going to talk about the G when we get going with this song decode of the lyrics, okay? Because he's telling a story, and the story he's telling has characters in it, and the characters all have names, and the first letter of those names are symbolized by the name by name matrix. So I believe that Bob Dylan knows what he's talking about when he's talking about, oh, I don't know, God and Abraham, okay? So remember I did this one, okay? I'm doing it pretty nice again. Okay, and then this will go to here, but then it'd be like squeezed down. I think that's what I did. Yeah. I can make it prettier. God and Abraham. So we're going to talk about that first. Okay, so again, we're talking about Highway 61, which is over here. Ooh, horrible color. Highway 61, okay, is this. Okay, so what do I do? Okay. Oh, God said to Abraham, okay. Oh, God said to Abraham, okay, kill me a son. Now, I don't really know much about Bible shit, but I'm assuming this happens in the Bible. Okay, kill me a son. Sure, a son. It could be anyone. It's pretty infinite, and S can be added to anything. So let's just say that this is the sun for now. Okay, and it crosses the 50. The sun is actually this. Control set. I'll use the yellow for the sun. This is actually the sun. And this is actually the moon. And this is actually Mars. Damn it. I haven't memorized all the moons of all the solar system and where they are. Just haven't. Apologies. Come on, where is it? It's still loading. There we are. Periodic. Alright, so the 50 is Callisto. I thought it was Callisto. It's the moon of Saturn, right? No, it's the moon. It's the moon of Jupiter. Moon of Jupiter, 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 Jupiter. Moon of Jupiter, Jupiter. Oh, interesting. Jupiter. Okay. So these ones right here are all Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter only has 4. Okay, so those are the 4. Makes an L. Yeah, makes the 50, the L. But anyway, so Callisto. So this is Callisto. It's a moon of Jupiter. I guess I'll denote Jupiter by being orange, let's say, but like I'll put a red dot. So it's like a moon of Jupiter. Because the red eye of Jupiter, you know, the red eye of Jupiter. So, what the hell? I'll put it there. There's Jupiter, and this is your rings of Saturn. Okay. So, wow. Oh, God said to Abraham, kill me a son. Okay, so that means like God said to Abraham, kill his son. Okay, it could be anyone, it's an infinite knot. Okay. Abe says, man, you must be putting me on. God say, no. Abe say, what? God say, you can do what you want, Abe, but the next time you see me coming, you better run. Well, Abe says, where you want this killing done? God says, out on Highway 61. Okay. Wants to kill the son out on Highway 61. I'd say about here. Again, the L is Roman numeral for 50. Okay. For your 5. Yeah, I'll do it in red in there. Okay. Well, Georgia Sam, he had a bloody nose. Oh, okay. Georgia Sam, eh? Okay, well, here's your G, and there's your S. So Georgia Sam is some other person. And apparently he has a bloody nose. So I don't know if this would be considered the nose or this would be considered the nose. I'd imagine this is considered the nose because it's kind of got like the angle thing going. What did I just do? Anyway, so in that case, the bloody nose would be the 1x2s. Okay, so the 1x3s that are creating your Fibonacci sequence. Okay, it looks like a bloody nose. It's like a chain, a daisy chain going down, and each one gets individually circles as the chain goes down, just like it does over here. But I don't think this is the nose. Okay, so this would be the bloody nose. Okay, so we're hitting 8. 8's pretty common. So again, Mars, Jupiter, all that stuff. Welfare department, they wouldn't give him no clothes. Well, the WD. Well, the W is right here. This is the divine feminine. That's your divine feminine. Ah, shit, that is not your divine feminine. Ah, shit, what is it? No, I had it right. Can I go? Oh, damn it. Okay, so it's been a while. Yeah, it's what it is. It goes like that. Okay, and then obviously your D is right here. Welfare department. There's your welfare department. Okay. So welfare department, they wouldn't give him no clothes. You can see the clothes, right? It's like a shirt. Like, you know, the Superman diamond is making like a shirt collar. Wouldn't give him, welfare department wouldn't give him no clothes. He asked poor Howard where I can go. Okay, poor Howard. Not just Howard, but poor Howard. Okay, because again, the infinite knot looks like a dollar sign. Okay, it looks like an S with a line through it, like a dollar sign, but if you look at it 90 degrees to the left, it kind of looks like an 8. It doesn't look like money anymore. It looks like an 8, an infinite. 8, letter of the alphabet is H for Howard. So this S makes an 8 if you put this line through it. Okay, so if you put this line right here, it starts to look more like an 8. Okay, and there's your hole, and there's your hole. So poor Howard is no longer money. He's not cash money. He's poor Howard. Yes, poor Howard, where can I go? Howard said, there's only one place I know. Sam said, tell me quick, man, I gotta run. Old Howard just pointed with his gun and said, that way down on to Highway 61. Pointing with his gun. I guess this kind of, you know, like, kind of looks like a gun. Or like a finger pointing. I don't know. Sure. There we go. This is a good one. Well, Mac the finger. Okay, well, Mac the finger is essentially understanding this over here, the American flag, okay? It's understanding this envelope or the Gmail logo or this M. Okay, and where every one of these little squares here is one of the 9x9s. Because you make your C here, you make your C here, and this is where you make your D. Mac the finger means the fingerprint of God because look at the Fibonacci spiral. Look at the C and the D. It looks like it looks like a fingerprint spiral. It's the fingerprint of God. It's Fibonacci. It's right here in your face. Like, okay? So Mac the finger represents this big M and the fingerprint of God. Well, Mac the finger said to Louis the King. Oh, okay, Louis the King. Remember we did this the other day? Right here? It's not in this one. But in my derivation the other day, I found Louis the King. Now, Louis the King, let's make him like gold, kind of, is this giant L down here. He's the king because he's the ninth row guy. So Louis the King does that. All right. Oops. Well, Mac the Finger said to Louis the King, okay, so we're talking about two important people, you know, the fingerprint of God and Louis the King. I got 40 red, white, and blue shoestrings. Again, 40 red, white, and blue seems to be my decode of the American flag. Again, pointing to the fact that Mac the Finger has something to do with the American flag. And 1,000 telephones that don't ring. I got 40 red and white blue shoestrings and 1,000 telephones that don't ring. Oh, you got 1,000 telephones that don't ring. Okay, well on this picture over here, you see here? You see the T here? There's your telephone, and you have 1,000 of them because that's an M, and M is Roman numeral for 1,000. Okay? So therefore, there's our 1,000. So let's just put our T in. Comes from the X. And goes down to the M. And on an angle. Back to the M. Like that. Okay? So we got King Louis, got Mac the Finger, and we got telephones and 1,000. Okay? Well, Mac the Finger said to Louis the King, I got 40 red and white blue shoestrings and 1,000 telephones that don't ring. Do you know where I can get rid of these things? And Louis the King said, let me think for a minute, son. Now, a minute might be important. And he said, hell yeah. And said, yes, I think this can be easily done. Just take everything down to Highway 61. Take everything down to Highway 61. Okay. Now, it's important that you remember. Okay, we're going to get to the big one now. Plants. Okay. And this is the fingerprint of God guy. Because then it goes out this way and goes down and goes up. Crap. Okay, remember, this is what happens. You start, your 16 titans start over. And I think it goes to here, and then there's 3 as a 1 or something. So you have like that, and then it goes 3 as a 1, and then you go up here again. And I think you skip over that, and then you go to here, and then you go to here, and then to there. I think that's what happens. Okay, so again, looks like the looks like the Ebola virus. Also looks like a J. You know, it's kind of funny that there's your. This is like your C, like with your 5 started here, and now you're making a J from the 5. See, going up and kind of over. Kind of shows you that there's a dot on top of the J, as well as a line at the top of a capital J. It's kind of showing you a capital J and a lowercase j. Maybe I should have used a different color. I apologize. So it is going like past these cells, you know, but it's kind of going like under them, let's say. So it is going under these ones. So let's just close it off, why not? And then kind of stops here at this 1 by 2. Then you have a 1 by 1 on top. So there's your JC for your Jesus Christ. Okay, 2 different types of J, all honed in on plants. And there's your goddamn C, honed in on plants, guy. JC? Anyone? From like a certain Bible or something? Okay. This is the most disgusting passage in the whole song. Okay. Now the 5th daughter on the 12th night. Now there's only 7 days of creation, but we have to understand the nothing and the infinite, so it's a 9 by 9 matrix. But then we have to understand the evolution of a heart into 12D, which is a 13 by 13 matrix. In a way, it's actually 17. But anyways, you gotta get bigger. If you don't count for the nothing and the infinite, it's a 13 by 13. Okay, you need 4 more because we're starting at n plus 4. Remember? We're starting from n plus 4, we're going n plus 5, n plus 6, n plus 7, n plus 8, n plus 9, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. That's the trinity. That's how many steps there are to the trinity. So the 12th night to me is now saying that we're going we're not looking at a 9 by 9 matrix, we're looking at a 13 by 13 matrix, and we're starting at n plus 4. We gotta go n plus 5, n plus 6, n plus 7, n plus 8, n plus 9, n plus 10. The evolution of the cell of Earth, n plus 11, my family, n plus 12, my extended family, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. So the 5th daughter and the 12th night, I think means it's the creation of the 69. It's the creation of the 69 that goes on top of this 5. Okay, so you're going to have a 69 merge with a 5 once the 13 by 13 matrix is derived. Okay, you're going to have a new 1, and that new 1 is going to pop up right here on this 5. 16 plus 5 is your 74, which is a repetition of the God particle. The G is the 7th letter, and the D is the 4th letter. It's a repetition, dotting them together. Okay? Now, listen to what he says, okay? I'm going to just mark some things before, okay? We're going to have the Father. We're going to have the first Mother. We're going to have the second Mother. And we're going to have a second, or no, sorry. Yeah, that's what it is. 7th Son. Okay? Now that's his little lyrics. And we're going to go look at these little lyrics and see how actually gross Bob Dylan may or may not be. Cool. Now the 5th daughter on the 12th night told the first father that things weren't right. Okay. Daughter tells her dad things aren't right. Maybe she's being creeped out by him. Okay? My complexion, she says, is much too white. She's pale. Maybe the sick fuck wants to warm her up. He said, come here and step into the light. He says, you're right. The father is the 69. Isn't that nice? The daughter, the 5. Oh, I guess I should put the daughter. The daughter is the second mother. There's your daughter. So the 5 is that. Okay? So what happens when the 5th daughter, and the first father, you're right. The 74 is the baby that the daughter is going to have from the father, nicknamed the 7th son, because it starts with a 7. Let me tell second mother this has been done. Now, but the second mother was with the 7th son, and they were both out on Highway 61. Okay, there is no first mother. Like, the mom's not there, guy. It's just the daughter and the daddy out on Highway 61. She was, I don't know. Step into the light, step into the 69. Step into the 69, guy. Let me tell second mother this has been done. But the second mother, so it's the second mother in this sense is he's talking about your mom, the girl's mom, his wife. Let me tell second mother this has been done. I'm going to tell my wife that this has happened. I've impregnated our daughter. But everything you say after but means nothing, right? But the second mother, indeed, actually, for a matter of fact, was with the 7th son, carrying a baby. Isn't that gross? Prize motivation. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature of 2016. Prize motivation for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. Now the 5th daughter on the 12th night told the first father that things weren't right. My complexion, she said, is much too white. He said, come here and step into the light. He says, you're right. Let me tell second mother this has been done, but the second mother was with the 7th son, and they were both out on Highway 61. Putting a 69 on top of a 5. This would be first father. This would be first mother. And this would be the second son. Anyways, so Bob Dylan used the Matrix like rather well. The only thing like maybe I didn't really catch on was his use of I. I didn't really notice if that was used or if that was used, but it probably was, And then the P that's going on down here with the loop here, I don't know if that was used. But yeah, he said a lot. So Nobel Peace Prize winner, eh? Or Nobel Prize in Literature. Like, what did it say? Yeah. Oh, Bob Dylan finally accepts Nobel Prize in Literature in private ceremony. No kidding. Oh, I only won 8 million kroner, which is like 900 grand. That's not bad. If he does not lecture by June, he will have to forfeit the prize money. Take the prize money, Bob Dylan, and give it to me. I can do some good with it. I wouldn't mind using Nobel Prize money to create cellular energy. That'd be kind of neat. Took him more than 2 weeks to make public comment, finally saying the honor had left him speechless. But in a speech read out on his behalf, he said he had thought his odds of winning were as likely as him standing on the moon. Or anyone standing on the moon for that fact. So, like, that's pretty cool. Um, the last verse is this is a shot to Kevin. Okay, this is why Kevin's not really too happy with Bobberina over here, creepy person, because this one's all about me. Now the Rowan gambler, he was very bored. I am. Creation code decoding is quite redundant, but it's interesting. He was trying to create our next world war. He found a promoter who nearly fell off the floor. He said, I never engaged in this kind of thing before, but yes, I think it can be very easily done. We'll just pull some bleachers out in the sun and have it on Highway 61. Finally. Bleachers, You're talking about the different G's. Okay, remember you have a G here, and this would be 2G, and this would be 3G, and this would be 4G, and this would be 5G. It looks like bleachers. Bleachers, anyone? You sit your ass down, you know? There's your little body, and you have your little legs, and you're chilling, you're like, yeah, and you got a drink, straw. Yeah, his feet are on Highway 61. But, anyway. Those are your bleachers on Highway 61. Good job. Thanks for that, Bob Dylan. Hey, Bob Dylan. You know what? You owe me $2. You owe me $2, Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan owes Kevin Janik $2. I said it. It cannot be unsaid. I do think it's quite fair for knowing about this mathematics and using it to his advantage all his career to win Nobel Prizes and stuff that, have been caught. And now, as repercussion, he owes me $2. $2 whole, guys. $2 whole. And then we'll call it even. Or you can, go deliver a speech and confess and claim his prize money and then invest said prize money in cellular energy research and fabrication and ongoing support for the development and promotion throughout the world of the mathematics that you know, that I think you know. I'm pretty sure you know. I'm pretty sure Jerry Seinfeld knows. I can't listen to that guy anymore, guy. It hurts my brain. Anyway, nice little song breakdown of Highway 61 Revisited. Have a good one.